was talking with my friend. I think this had to have been a couple months ago, and we were talking about the different things that we had going on, right? Going on in our individual lives. When one door closes, right, another one always opens. There's always another door, right? No matter what happens. Right? And I'm realizing this more and more because I used to be in a mindset to where once one thing would go wrong, or one thing didn't work out, or something with someone didn't end up working out, that was it, right? There was no more. Like that was the end. That was the end, the finale, right? And that's not the case, right? It's not the case. There's always another opportunity out there, right? If something doesn't end up going the way that you might have wanted it. This is especially true for me recently, right? Because there's been a lot of times. There's been a lot of times where I thought something wasn't gonna work out, right? Or something didn't work out, right? And that would just be it. But there would always be another opportunity, right? Another opportunity that came up, and something that I realized more and more as I put more energy into my goals, into my faith, into whatever it is that I want to do, right? There will always be opportunities for me as long as I'm, first of all, accepting of the things around me, right? Because that's another thing, right? There can be a lot of opportunities like available to you, but if you are not, first of all, if you're not aware, right, you might end up missing them. Or if you are aware, but you're too scared, or you're too like hung up on the unknowns, right? You could end up missing out on things, right? Right? I know this to be true, especially in my younger years. There will be plenty of opportunities that I just missed out on, or that I didn't partake in / commit to because I was either scared or I didn't even know, right? And now that I've gotten a little bit older, I've been more bold in terms of taking just different risks and opportunities, because I know there's always going to be more. Like, for instance, there's been a couple of jobs that didn't work out for me, right? They didn't work out at all. I would spend a lot of time, put a lot of energy into trying to get things to work, right? I even got to this point where I was talking with this person who was a direct link to where it is I was and where it is I wanted to go, right? I was like, okay, this is it. I'm in communications. I'm having a good demeanor, a good attitude. I'm ready to learn. I'm willing to learn, right? And then dead silence. That's what it was. It was just straight radio silence, right? I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to let that discourage me. I'm going to reach out again. Boom. Okay, I got some more communication. I got a heads up on what was going on. And then dead silence again. At that point, I was pretty bummed out. I was like, I really wanted this job to work out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was at a point where it's like, I was tired of not having a job. I was putting a lot of energy into making something work, especially something that I figured would give me long-term benefit. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't see myself in this, doing this job long-term, but I did see myself getting benefit long-term from it, right? And so, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to wait it out. And then they ended up messaging me again, this direct link. But then, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to try again. And then that was it. They just stopped talking to me. And I was like, damn. I was pretty upset, I'm not going to lie. I didn't want this all to be wasted effort. Because to give you some more context, this has been like a couple months into working, right? Like almost 3 months going in, doing research, trying to up my skills, trying to network to find an opportunity to begin with. And yeah, it all went crashing down. But as a result of that, or not as a result, right? That door closed, right? I'm like, you know what? I'm not putting any energy into this dude anymore. I'm done. This is just not going to work out. But as a result of that, I wouldn't even say result. That door closed, but another one opened, and I found out what it is that I truly wanted to do, right? I found out what it is that I truly wanted to do, which is to be a pilot. And once I figured that out, a bunch of doors just started opening, right? I applied to this university. I got accepted. I met a pilot, and I was able to talk with him. I was able to learn about just different schools. I got access to a whole bunch of resources, right? And this is only just my experience, right? There's multiple times in my life, and I know this is still going to be the case with my life, but even whoever's watching this, it's going to be multiple times where something just doesn't end up working out. Whether it's, a job opportunity, whether it's something with someone, right? Whether it's like you're trying to do this thing and it just doesn't work. It's going to be multiple times where things just don't end up working out. And that's okay. Because there will always be another opportunity. As long as you are accepting of the energy around you, accepting of the fact that things will work out for you, even if they don't work out immediately, right? Things will always work out, right? Another thing with me, I was in a relationship for a while, and things were good, and I invested a lot of time and energy into this person and vice versa. But when we went long distance, again, things didn't end up working out, right? And obviously that was a very short synopsis of what happened, right? There's a lot more to it, but with that door closing, right, it allowed me to put more energy into myself, right? And I'm very thankful for everything that I learned, right? And I can take what I learned and bring it with me to the next chapter in my life, right? Because that's one thing that I try to do. I try to take all the experiences, all the failures that I've had, and I try to see what it is that I can learn from them and make sure that I don't repeat the same mistakes or try to mitigate the same issues that were reoccurring or whatever it might have been, right? Take the lessons and take them with me, right? Because that's also how you are able to, first of all, access more opportunities is by learning, but also not repeating the same mistakes is just beneficial in general, because why would you want to keep making the same mistakes? You just take the opportunities that you've had, take the blessings and the lessons, right, and take them with you, and you just constantly keep on growing, right? Oh, that's a beat. Oh, that's cute. But yeah, whatever stage you might be in your life right now, wherever you might be, wherever in the world, whatever status you might be in right now, financial, mental, physical, just know everything's going to work out. There's going to be many opportunities that come, right? You just have to be aware of them and understand that not everything is meant to work out. But because of that, you will find the things that do work out. And you just got to stick with it. Keep sticking to your goals. Keep sticking to whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, and everything will work out in the end. So yeah, that's what I got for today. I'm it's nice outside. I'm gonna enjoy it. Hope everyone who's watching has a great rest of their day. Make sure to take care of themselves. Make sure to take care of yourself. And be aware of all the opportunities around you. When one door closes, another one always opens. Remember that. Have a good one.